Hello, people of the juice. This is a video practice for you to use at home. I'm going to teach you about a somatic concept called pendulation, how you can use it in your everyday life when you're feeling something and you're not exactly sure what to do with it. Because I know if you've gotten into somatic work or mindfulness, or even nervous system work, that you have probably come across this idea that we need to sit with things if there's something that we feel in our body or anxiety or tension that we need to sit with it. And this is like partially true. This is a half truth. Yes, sitting with things is going to ultimately be supportive for us. It's not easy. There's a really good reason why you come and you sit with me and we do it together. Our brain is going to ping us around away from the things that feel uncomfortable to us. So you might relate to this. It's like anytime you've sat down and been like, okay, I know I need to like sit with how I feel in my body. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, but I have dishes to do. Or, oh, and I forgot I have to make this list. Or like, actually, the cat litter needs to be done. Or I'm gonna go for a walk, right? It's like our brain, our mind will do anything to not sit with that uncomfortable thing and not actually be with it. So this skill that I'm going to teach you today is something that you can use that is a little bit different than the blanket statement of just sit with something, because it is not easy. It can be really uncomfortable. And this is actually even a little bit more effective. So pendulation. If you were to notice a sense of anxiety in your body, or like you've been paying attention to your feelings and you notice how you feel in your body and where things are landing. Like when something triggers you, you're like, oh, there it is. Or something pisses you off and you're like, oh, I feel charged up. I know it's in my chest. I can feel like it's like pressure in my stomach and it's rising. But Andrew, what the heck do I do with this? We're going to pendulate, which means we're going to, you know what a pendulum is? Like, it's like one side, there's this force that goes from one side to the other, and it kind of pings back and forth, ping, ping, ping from two sides, and then eventually it settles somewhere down in the middle. Pendulation is when we're noticing something that is feeling really charged inside of us and we notice where it is, we're going to bring our awareness there, but then we're also going to bring our awareness to something that feels easier, more neutral, more comfortable. So, what this does is it kind of shares information. It's not accurate exactly to say that it's a distraction. It's more like it's another place that we can visit with our awareness. Because when we notice tension, when we notice anxiety, when we notice charge or activation or even pain, our mind wants to kind of go right there, right? Like a horse with blinders on. We want to sit with it and we can't seem to pull our awareness away from it because it feels so important. It is really loud. And so, of course, we can be really focused on it. And part of that is we're trying to figure it out, we're trying to solve it, we're trying to analyze it so that it'll go away. And our brain is just kind of hyper fixated on that one thing that that feels really uncomfortable. So let me know if you relate to this, okay? That when your brain finds that thing, when you feel it in your body, and when you're noticing yourself in that place, it's really hard to kind of turn your awareness away from that. So this practice is going to help you. I can just hear in my mind, I'm like, okay, Andrew, like get to the practice, do it. So pendulation, I want you to think about finding a something in your body right now. It doesn't have to be the most intense, painful, dramatic thing. You could start somewhere smaller, right? even just noticing a little bit of tension. So if you just kind of did a little scan, like, okay, for me, I'll use myself as an example for you. Okay, so I feel some tension in my jaw, like right around here. And as I'm talking to you, I feel also some activation kind of in my chest. So there's this like activation in my upper body and my chest and my jaw. And it feels a little bit like I can't quite catch my breath, right? And maybe there's some thoughts there of like, oh, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope this practice lands. I hope I'm being clear, all those things. And so when I think about this place inside of me, there's some thoughts there, there's some emotions there, there's some sensation, tension, fullness, shortness of breath. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm finding this place and I'm being really curious about it. So what that looks like is I'm actually turning my awareness towards this place inside of me that's feeling intense, that feels uncomfortable, and I'm gathering information. Notice I'm not saying, and I'm trying to relax it. I'm not trying to relax it. I'm visiting it. This is called blending in somatics. I'm visiting this place. I'm feeling into the tension that's there. Okay, I got a good sense of it. And I want you, as you're doing this along with me, to be getting a sense of where you're noticing something. Next, we're going to find something that feels a little bit easier, a little bit more neutral. It could be a place in your body that is just okay, like there's nothing going on there, it doesn't feel good. It's not like good, it's just, it's fine, right? Or it could be this place feels really solid, really centered, really comfortable. So I can name a couple of them. One is like my feet are planted on the ground. They feel like they know what they're doing down there. They're comfortable, they're solid. My legs feel like they're really planted. So that's a contrast, right? From this place up here that's not really sure, that feels a little bit um maybe a little anxious in some way. My feet and my legs are planted. They're solid. So I'm now going to go between these two. I'm going to notice what's happening here in my jaw, in my upper body, and then I'm going to move my awareness back down into my legs. So if you think of your awareness kind of like a little flashlight, and the flashlight's pointing on certain areas of your body. So first we're going to point that flashlight into the place that feels a little bit more intense. Not trying to change it. We're not trying to do anything. Just noticing, just being with it, gathering information. Maybe there's something new that comes up, like, oh, actually, also there's some heaviness, or also there's like this side is different than this side. It's okay. Just gathering information. And then we're going to point that flashlight into that other place that felt neutral to positive. So I'm going to point my flashlight down into my legs, into my feet. These words that keep coming into my mind are like, they know what they're doing. And so I'm just feeling into my feet, feeling into my legs, this place in me that knows what it's doing. Again, not trying to change anything, not trying to figure it out, not trying to analyze, like, why is it my feet? Nope, just noticing. You might notice some deep breaths coming through as your system starts to process. So then, pendulation, right? Visiting this side, back and forth. So from my legs and my feet, which are starting to tingle, by the way, back up into my chest, into my jaw, and for you into whichever place you were noticing that felt a little bit more intense. And this time, we're just checking any new information. What's it like now? My body wants to take a deep breath here. And then again, in your own time, pendulate back down or to whichever place in your body was feeling more neutral, more resourced. Noticing what's there, just sharing information back and forth. For me, it's like my legs and my feet are like, we got this, no problem. And my upper body's like, how is it going? How am I doing? Am I saying the right thing? Right? So I'm sharing this information back and forth. And so in your own time, you can just bring your awareness back and forth through these two places. It's this infinity symbol, this figure eight back and forth between something that feels intense and something that feels okay. Just sharing information. And just be curious about what's changing over time inside of you as you're doing this. What you can kind of typically expect to happen is that something is going to feel a little bit less intense. And you can see that my body has had a couple of reactions here. I just had a burp. I had a big breath come through, and there were some tingles. All of these are signals that your body is processing, downregulating in some way, releasing in some way. Sometimes you could feel a tiny bit lightheaded. So once you've completed this practice, just give yourself a couple moments, a few breaths, to just notice what's here now. What has changed? Are things feeling slightly different, and in what way? And never expecting yourself to completely release. We want to find evidence of small shifts. And that might mean, okay, now my chest feels better, but this side of my jaw still feels kind of intense. Okay, no problem. That's okay. And when we can work with our bodies in this way, where we're curious and we're visiting sensations and we're allowing things to be and we're moving our awareness with fluidity, this is a huge key to not only regulating, but processing things, finding a sense of relief, and just having this sense that, like, yeah, I know what to do when things feel intense inside of me. So, if you use pendulation over the next couple of weeks, send me a message. Let me know how it went for you and what you noticed. I hope this is super helpful for those moments when you're laying in bed and something's feeling intense and you can't sleep and you don't know what to do with it. And next time on the juice, I will bring you another practice. Be well.